Mezanmi, welcome back to The Travel Notary. My name is Gerline, and today I'll be taking you through a mock signing and how I present the documents. As a new loan signing agent, it can be extremely nerve-wracking when you are presenting documents to a client because, first and foremost, what do you tell them? So throughout this video, I will show common loan signing documents that are presented throughout a signing and help you guys throughout this process to make it a little bit more easier for you. I do want to mention that it is extremely important as a notary to know that it is only your job to guide the signer throughout the process of completing the loan documents. It is not your job to explain why they're signing. If they do have questions pertaining to the documents that they are signing, it is important to guide them back to their title company or the lender in which the documents were originally sent from so that they can go ahead and have their questions answered. You are not supposed to give legal advice, and it can be considered legal advice if you are going to answer the whys of the document. So it's just safer for you to just refer them back to the lenders or the title companies who sent the documents over. Don't worry, you'll do just fine. So if you're ready, let's get started. So the very first thing I would suggest that you do when you go to a loan signing is ask for proper identification from the signer or signers. So you want to ask for a state ID. In the state of Florida, you need a state ID. And you want to document it in your notary journal. This is essential, even though it's not required in the state of Florida. I recommend it because just in case you come into some legal activities and you need to provide when and where you did the signing, you want to have that information readily available to yourself. And this is a good way of keeping track and record of your signing. So I highly recommend that you invest in a notary journal. An example of how to ask for their IDs would be like this. Thank you for coming to the signing today. Can I please have your ID so that I can properly identify the borrowers to make sure that your names match the names that are given to me on the document? So the very first document I want to go over is the closing disclosure. How you would present this to the signer would be, this is your closing disclosure. It shows the loan amount, the interest rate, the monthly principal and interest payment, the estimated taxes and insurance that actually make up your monthly payment. At the very bottom, please sign the full name as printed on the document and date the document, the full date, September 19th, 2022. At the very bottom, it may or may not show that there's money due at the signing. If there is money due at the signing, the title company will explain to you how to retrieve the payment from the client at the time of the signing. The next form of document that you would see at a loan signing would be the first payment letter. How you would present this to the client would be, this is your first payment letter. It breaks down your first monthly payment, who the lender is, and when payment is due. It also shows a briefing of your loan, the interest rate, and if there's a prepayment penalty. Go ahead and sign your name as it is presented in the document and also date today's date, which is September 19, 2022. Another document that is commonly presented at a loan signing is the HOA part or plan development rider. This is how you are presented to the signer. This is a part or plan development rider. This states that you live in this subdivision and also that there are some governments and regulations of this HOA. Please sign your name as listed down below and print today's date, which is September 19th, 2022. The next form of document that's commonly presented at a loan signing would be the note. How you would present this to the client would be, this is your note, which is a promise to pay to the lender. This shows your interest rate, when your first payment is due, when your last payment is due, and also shows the address where the payments are sent. This doesn't include the taxes or insurance. The following page goes over the terms of your note. On the very last page, please sign your name exactly how it is presented on the document and date today's date, which is September 19th, 2022. It is important for you as a loan signing agent to review the note to ensure that it does require a date or not, and if there are additional signatures or initials that need to be provided on the page at the very bottom. Another document that is commonly presented at a loan signing is the mortgage or the deed of trust. Depending on what state you live in, these names are used interchangeably. Since I live in Florida, we are a mortgage-only state, so I will say mortgage. How I would present this to the client would be, next we have your mortgage. You are listed as the borrower. This is just a security instrument used by the lender connected to your note and is recorded to the county. On the last page, you will go ahead and sign your name as listed on the document and date if necessary. Once the client has signed the document fully, you as a notary go ahead and review it because now it's your time to actually notarize the document. You will review it, provide your stamp, and sign off on the document. After notarizing the mortgage, don't forget to put it inside of your notary journal. This is very important so that you know that what you completed at the signing. Another document that is commonly presented at a loan signing is a notice of right to cancel. How you would present this document to the client would be, this is your notice of right to cancel. You have 3 days to cancel this loan. Today's date is September 19, 2022. You have until September 22, 2022 at midnight to cancel your loan. If you wish to cancel your loan, you will sign at the box that is stating, I wish to cancel my loan with the cancellation date in which you're signing and send it to the address listed. Well, today, you are only acknowledging that you received this notice, so your signature at the very bottom is required along with today's date, which is September 19, 2022. Another document that is commonly presented at a loan signing is the Affidavit of Occupancy. How you would present this document to the signer would be, this is your Affidavit of Occupancy. It shows your residence and that you are refinancing this loan. Go ahead and sign your name as listed below and date today's date, which is September 19, 2022. While they're signing, you would go ahead and review the document, notarize it, provide your stamp, and make an entry in your journal. The next common form presented at a loan signing is Form 4506. How you would present this form to the client would be, this is a request for your transcripts of your tax returns for the years mentioned on line 9. Please go ahead and sign your name as listed below, date today's date, September 19, 2022, and add a phone number if it's missing. If additional signatures are required, such as a spouse, go ahead and have them fill out that section as well. The next common document that is presented at a note signing is the VA addendum. How you would present this to the signer would be, this is your VA addendum. You don't need to do anything on the first page, but on the second page, towards the middle, your signature is required and today's date, which is September 19, 2022. On the very bottom, also your signature is required in today's date, September 19, 2022, along with the co-signer who needs to sign the document if necessary. A common document that is usually completed at a loan signing is the Uniform Residential Loan Application. This document has already been completed by the client at the very beginning stages, but this is how you present the document to them. Again, this is the application that you started with in the very beginning. I know you already signed this document. However, this is the final type version of this document that needs your signature. The very first page doesn't need to be completed by you because you are a single signer. But if you do have a co-signer, then you need to complete this very first page of the application over again. On the second page of the application, you will go ahead as a signer, go ahead and sign on the left side, and the co-signer will go ahead and sign on the right side. And please make sure that you date today's date, which is September 19, 2022. At the very last page, you will go ahead and sign again, as your name is stated on the document, as a signer, and have your co-signer sign right next to your name, and please date today's date separately, which is September 19, 2022. Another document that is commonly presented at a loan signing is the Amortization Schedule. How you would present this to the client would be, this is your amortization schedule. It shows you how your loan gets paid down over the term of your loan. Please sign your name as is shown down below on the document, and please date today's date, which is September 19, 2022. So the next common form that is presented at a loan signing is the rate reduction form, or also known as the tangible benefits. How you would present this to the signer would be, this is your rate reduction form or your tangible benefits. This shows you a comparison of your old loan and your new loan, and you can also see your tangible benefits here at the bottom. Please sign your name exactly as it is presented on the document and print today's date, which is September 19, 2022. Another common document that is presented at a loan signing is the Notice of Penalties. This document can be presented to the client as followed. This is your notice of penalties for making false or misleading statements. Please sign your name as presented on the document and date today's date, which is September 19, 2022. After the signer has completed signing their document, you will go ahead and sign the document and go ahead and notarize it. And also, don't forget to make an entry in your journal. Another document that is commonly presented at a loan signing is the Authorization for Social Security Administration. This is how you would present the document to the signer. This is an authorization for the Social Security Administration to release your information. This is only valid for 90 days as it states on the document. Please initial right next to the statement, and at the very bottom, please sign your name as it is listed on the document and date today's date, which is September 19th, 2022. Another document that is commonly presented at a loan signing session is the Errors and Omission Compliance Agreement. How you would present this document to the client will go as follows. This is the Errors and Omission Compliance Agreement. This states that you will agree to cooperate if there are any clerical mistakes or grammatic errors on this document. Please sign your name as listed below and date today's date, which is September 19th, 2022. Another document that is commonly presented at a loan signing is the Attorney Representation Letter. This is how you will present it to the signer. This is the Attorney Representation Letter. This states that the attorney that created this document may represent the title company or the lender and not you as the signer. Please sign your name as listed below and date today's date, which is September 19th, 2022. Next common form that is usually presented at a loan signing is the W-9 form. How you will present this to the client would be, this is your W-9 form. This is for tax purposes. Make sure that your information and your social security number is correct, and please sign and date towards the middle of the document. Another document that is commonly presented at a loan signing is the Renewal and Extension Rider. Now this is pertaining to a mortgage or deed. Since I am in the state of Florida, we only have mortgages, so I will be using the terminology mortgage. So this is how you would present it to the signer. This is the Renewal and Extension Rider. This acts as a bridge between the old mortgage documents and the new mortgage documents that we signed today. Please sign your name as listed down below and date today's date, which is September 19th, 2022. Thank you so much for tuning into my video. I hope that this mock signing was extremely informative for you guys and that you can use this verbiage in your next signing in order to complete these documents. Please make sure not to explain the documents to these clients because you can't be held liable for giving information and legal advice as a notary. Please be sure to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye-bye!